Now, I want you to get real excited because God is going to show you what you were created to be and how you were created and that he lives in you. I want you to hear this. It's Genesis 1st chapter, verse 26 through 30. And I'm going to read it out of the Amplified. And it says, and then God said, let us, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, make man in our image according to our likeness, not physical, but a spiritual personality, a moral likeness, and let them have complete authority over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, the cattle, and over the entire earth, and over everything that creeps and crawls on the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image and likeness of God, he created him, male and female, and he created them. And God blessed them, granting them certain authority, and said to them, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it, putting it under your power and rule and dominate the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, and every living thing that moves on the earth. So God said, behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is on the surface of the entire earth, and every tree which has fruit yielding seed, and it shall be food for you. And to all of the animals of the earth, and to every bird of the air, to everything that moves on the ground, and to everything in which there is breath of life, I have given every green plant. And it was so because he commanded it. Now, I want you to get excited for a minute about this. Can you just imagine the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit having a meeting? This is what happened in Genesis. And they come to the conclusion that they're going to create man and female in their own image, but not physical, only spiritual. I want you to really let that get down in your spirit, because that is so important to understand that in the flesh doesn't have the spirit, but the spirit is the very spirit of God that's connected on the inside of you. And I tell you this, he's so awesome that he can speak to you. He can tell you where to go, what to do, how to do that, do everything that you need to do. And he's greater than anything that you will ever face in this life. Now, I want you to see something, because there's something here. He gave Adam and Eve dominion over everything on the earth, everything that moved, everything that breathed, everything. And then he created the plants so that we could use them for healing. We could use them for food. He created all of the different animals and provided for it. So he provided everything that they needed. And in this time that we live in, he's still the provider for everything that we needed. And I want you to just understand that, Adam and Eve took this little journey together. But originally, God created man before he created Eve. And he gave him a job in the garden. See, in other words, God's so awesome. He created everything on the whole earth before he created Adam. And then the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit had a meeting, and they gave Adam a job. I want y'all to really let that get down in your spirit. And his job was to be over everything that God had created. And then he put Adam to sleep, and he took one of his ribs out, and he created the woman as his helper. And understand this, that they were one because she came from man and was created for man by God to be man's helper. But watch this. But they're equal partners in the kingdom, because he said he created both of them in his image. So that means that they're godlike. That means that they can go do things beyond measure. That means that they are supposed to control things. I want you to know that we're supposed to be in control. We're not supposed to let the things around us control us, because God is our provider. And if he created us, then he's already provided everything that he set out for us to do. I want you to know that each one of you have a purpose, and God has a plan for your life, and he's already made provisions for it, because you were created in his image. Now, I want you to just stay with me because we're going to have to go through something so you can see really how we lost the power and then how we retain that power back to us. But just keep in mind, we had dominion over everything. And when Christ came in and took the power, snatched the keys of death from Satan, and first he died on the cross and paid the price with his blood. Then he goes down into the heights and then he defeats Satan and snatched the keys of death away from him. And he comes back. When we get in the New Testament, you're going to see how Christ handed that baton back over to you. And it's connected to God. And the only way you can reach that connection is through faith. But when you reach that connection through faith, he'll provide everything that you need. He'll heal you if you're sick. He'll guide you if you need guiding. He'll make provisions for everything. He said, here's the key. You have to serve others with your blessings. But I want you to let that get down in your spirit. And if you do that, you'll be prosperous, favored, and honored by God. Because he wants you he wants to live in you so that you can go out and accomplish what he would do. And just keep in mind when he took Adam, we just go back for a minute, and he blew his life into him spiritually. And then he took the dust and created a body. So the spirit lives in your temple. That's why you got to take care of your temple. That's why you got to honor your temple and honor God with everything that you do. And understand this, everything that he created. I want you to just really see this, brothers and sisters. He created it for us, for it to serve us. And everything we are to create is to serve others. And if you do that, the blessings of the Lord will make one wealthy and it add no sorrow to it. And you don't have to toil for it because he's got your name on a list and already has a plan and giving you a talent and a vision that he wants to make provision for. So I need you to get real excited. It doesn't make any difference how you start, brothers and sisters. I promise you that if you go through, you're going to come out victorious, and that everything that God provided is already set up for you. It's already in place. You just can't see it. You can't touch it because God is a spirit. And understand this. He's connected himself to you spiritually, not physically. Spiritually. So you're going to feel things in your flesh and in your body. It's going to tell you one thing, but you got to stay with what the Spirit said. And how you stay with the Spirit is you stay connected to the Word. How do you stay connected to the Word? You read it, you study it, you hear it, and then faith comes in, and faith makes that connection with God and takes you to the next level. And you can accomplish more than you could ever think or imagine. He's already laid it out. I love what it says over in Ephesians, that his spirit is connected to your spirit. Now keep in mind that Adam and Eve going to go through some things and lose some of their dominion, but Christ is going to come and give it back to them.